Dan Campbell is smiling like a man who knows something the rest of the NFL is about to find out. And Brad Holmes, he's been working like a master strategist. After a 15-win season, the Lions didn't just bolster the roster, they made moves that caught even the most experienced analysts off guard. And to top it off, there's a new name turning heads, unexpected changes in key positions, and one detail that's got fans scratching their heads. But perhaps the most intriguing thing is this. Even with a star-studded lineup, one lingering question could change the course of the season. You need to follow this closely. Hit that like button, because these updates are unmissable. Alright folks, the 2025 NFL Draft is in the books. And let's just say the Detroit Lions didn't just load up, they reloaded like a team that knows it's not here for a rebuild, but for a run. Dan Campbell and GM Brad Holmes are throwing down the gauntlet with a roster that's deeper than ever and dripping with talent from top to bottom. Coming off a 15-2 season, they've got one goal: finally bring that shiny Lombardi trophy to Detroit. Now, let's talk about the early 53-man roster prediction that's got fans buzzing. At quarterback, no surprises here, Jared Goff's the guy. And he's playing some of the best ball in the league. Hendon Hooker looks like the long-term backup plan, and Kyle Allen's hanging around as insurance. The running back room? Absolutely stacked. Jahmyr Gibbs is already flirting with superstar status, David Montgomery's a dependable bruiser, and the depth with Craig Reynolds and rookie safety turned RB Sione Vaki gives this group serious juice. Wide receiver might raise an eyebrow or two. It's thin beyond Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams, but those two alone can flip a game on its head. Isaac Taslea is a bit of a wild card, but the Lions seem to love his upside. At tight end, Sam Laporta is the truth. He's ready to bounce back and potentially go full All-Pro. Brock Wright and Kenny Yeboah round out a solid, reliable group. The offensive line? Nasty. Sewell and Decker are holding it down at tackle like brick walls, and the interior got a serious upgrade with second-round pick Tate Ratledge stepping into Kevin Zeitler's old spot. This unit might be the engine behind Detroit's entire offense. Defensively, the line is built to bully. Aleem McNeil and DJ Reader are anchors, and rookie Tyleek Williams could be a game-changer. Edge rush is the one area with a few questions. Hutchinson is elite, but he needs help, and the Lions are crossing their fingers that Marcus Davenport can stay healthy and Josh Paschal finally turns the corner. At linebacker, Jack Campbell, Alex Anzalone, and Derek Barnes form a core that's tough, smart, and still getting better. The cornerback room? Sneaky good. DJ Reed and first-rounder Terrion Arnold bring some serious attitude, and if Ennis Rakestraw Jr. bounces back strong, this group could clamp down in 2025. Safety duo Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph are ascending stars, though depth is a bit thin behind them. Special teams, Jack Fox and Jake Bates are rock solid, even if the unit as a whole isn't flashy. Bottom line, this roster is built for a title push. Detroit isn't just hoping to compete anymore. They're stepping into the ring swinging, with Dan Campbell leading the charge like a man on a mission. Could this be the year the Lions finally raise that banner? The window's open and the hype train is full steam ahead. So, Lions fans with this roster in place, do you think this is finally the year? Drop your thoughts in the comments. But hold on tight, because the next topic makes it clear. The road to the top won't be easy, and it might just change everything. Well, folks, it's official. The price of greatness just went way up in Detroit. After back-to-back NFC North crowns and a 15-win season, the Lions are staring down what's now ranked as the third toughest schedule in the entire NFL for 2025. Yeah, no more coasting, this ride's about to get bumpy. Sharp Football Analysis crunched the numbers using projected win totals for every team, and Detroit's opponents, let's just say they didn't get the cupcake draw, because they're coming off a first place finish. The Lions are now playing a first place schedule, and it's a gauntlet. We're talking 5 division champs from last season: the Bucks, Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens, and Rams, and only Tampa Bay has to come to Ford Field. The other 4, all road trips. Yikes. And speaking of hitting the road, Detroit's got 9 games away from home this year, and 7 of those opponents made the playoffs in 2024. That includes a revenge game against the Commanders, the very team that bounced them from last year's postseason. Oh, and yeah, they're also heading to Philly to face the Eagles in their house. Good luck with that. But it doesn't stop there. Let's not forget the 6 usual NFC North matchups. 2 of those rivals, Green Bay and Minnesota, were playoff squads last season, and the Bears have suddenly started acting like a team that wants to matter again. So even those familiar games won't be easy. Now, if you think Dan Campbell is sweating it, you clearly don't know Dan Campbell. The man practically smiled at the storm. At the NFL's annual meetings, he said, "This is a challenge. I love the idea of it. Outdoors, rain, mud, the whole thing. It's gonna be a meat grinder, man." That's vintage Campbell turning chaos into motivation. For comparison, the Giants are dealing with the league's hardest schedule, followed by the Browns. Right behind the Lions are the Eagles, with Minnesota rounding out the top 5. Meanwhile, teams like the 49ers, Patriots, and Saints have the softest slates ahead. Circle May 14 on your calendar. That's when the full schedule drops. And then we'll really see what kind of warpath the Lions are walking in 2025. As a fan, it's impossible not to get excited about what this team is building. But it's also impossible to ignore the size of the challenge ahead. A strong roster means nothing if the road is full of traps, and what's coming in 2025 will demand blood, sweat, and resilience. If the Lions want to hoist that trophy, they'll have to prove they're giants on any field against any opponent. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single update on this journey.